Champions. We are back again, baby. Off the Parkway podcast. Big win. Knicks brought it home. Knicks brought it home, baby. New York is now officially the 2026 NBA champions.
Let's go, baby.
There we
Let's
go.
go.
You know what I mean? Like I just said before, this is off
Let's
the podcast.
go.
We got Big Sue in the house with his New York shirt on. We got Maul in the house, aka the Newark brothers. Maul showing off the Lakers gear. Forget them right now, man. We talking about the Knicks today.
Okay, all right.
Knicks
Wait,
only.
wait a sec. Wait, you're right. Let's give them the respect they deserve. Let's give
This
them the
is
respect they deserve.
we're gonna
Nah.
do something different this time. This is definitely the breakdown of the finals. We're going into how it might look in the off season. So this is not one of those regular pods that we usually do, talk about everything. We're gonna focus on the finals and the Knicks. Everybody's ready to talk about the what's next for the Knicks, what's next for the Spurs. We are here. Let's get into it, fellas. Last night was game 5. Game 5. The Knicks, they did the job. So what do we see in that game that brought it home for the Knicks? Because if your name wasn't Jalen Brunson, you was kind of ass last night if you was on the Knicks. The shooting percentage was horrible. You know what I'm saying? So what did y'all think about the game last night to close it out in San Antonio?
Well, I'll go first because I know Sue. We gotta give him the floor for a minute. It's been a long time coming for uh, Mr. Sue over there. As a You know what? I'm going to a little bit of everything. As a self-proclaimed New York Knicks hater, right? Like there was a range of emotions that went through, right? Um, you wanna a part of me was like, damn, like I really do want to see these guys winning because it's a lot of people that I know that are diehard Knicks fans, like family members and everything. And like, I'm a Laker fan, so I seen my team win. And I'm not that much of a hater that I can not respect good basketball, right? And to watch that game with Brunson, right, to say, you know what, no matter what, we win in this game, right? He put, like you said, the guys really didn't have a good offensive game. I mean, a good game in general. I mean, they were down, right? Just like most of the games in the finals, but you had somebody who was just that determined. And there's always a story, right? Like in every finals when you're hearing about how, they came up through Villanova, um, stories with him and his dad practicing when he was younger, and you kind of get a picture of what it takes to actually get to this point. So, you know, watching that game and watching him literally go shot for shot with the other team was incredible to watch, right? And even though they was in San Antonio, I think everybody kind of felt what the New York watch parties was doing every time they scored. Um, how the Knicks fans is moving, and and I think the Knicks actually had, because of what they done all playoffs, even though they were down a lot, it wasn't enough, and I think everybody got that sense of like, you know what? This is the Knicks. This is their identity, and if you don't just completely beat the brakes off of them, they have a great chance of beating you because they just are tough, hard-nosed team that refuse to lose, man. So I have nothing but respect for the Knicks and his championship team, and for Brunson who dominated from that position as a point guard, lead guard, or whatever. Yeah, hat schools off to him.
So what we got? What we got? Let us know
Where do
something.
I start, man? Where do I start, man? Listen,
Uh-oh.
listen, man. I don't, it's kind of hard to know where to start with this at, man. The game itself is just a part of this whole thing right here, man. It's everything when it comes to this thing right here. The game, how Brunson wasn't gonna be denied, man. He wasn't gonna be denied. He wasn't leaving nothing up to chance, and he took it upon himself to say, "We we gonna win this game, and we're not coming back to New York without the chip." You know what I mean? So he, it was almost like it took him a few games to figure that defense out, to figure out the individual defenders that's been guarding him, and once he
Mhm.
figured them out, it was cook season, and regardless of how the Knicks played collectively, like the first quarter, was real bad. They only scored like 13 points. It was some struggles. That's how it was the whole series.
Mhm.
Like everybody had their moments. Cat had his moments the first two games, and Jalen was struggling where he scored 30 points off
Mhm.
31 shots. You know, OG, he stepped up, in the next two games, and obviously he had that huge game, that huge tip in pause, and everybody had their moments. Mikal had a good game yesterday, you know what I mean? And he had a moment or two. Jose Alvarado had his moment, everybody had their moments and had their moments throughout the playoffs. Mitch had a big rebound yesterday. Everybody did their job, man. And that was just what this run been about, this crazy run that the Knicks was on, man. This is a run that I I can't believe I witnessed, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this, man. How we, after struggling the first couple games with Atlanta, and then we just took off. We figured out how we was gonna play the rest of the way, and nobody could get in our way. And as much as it felt like these games was close, and the series was like real close with the Spurs, we took these dudes out in 5 games, man.
Yeah.
Straight gentleman sweep. This is the most ungentlemanly sweep. It didn't
Yeah,
feel like it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It felt like, but it's a gentleman's sweep. You
What
know what I
what
mean?
what
So,
was that because of the anxiety of the Knicks? Like, like, the
man,
fan. Like, for you,
man,
you're fans, right?
I know for a fact that was for me.
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
my anxiety it was through the roof, man. Just I've been through it all, man. I've been through the Pat Ewing finger roll. I've been through the Charles Smith fouls. I've been through the Melo block on the baseline against Indiana. You know what I mean? I've been through all the I mean, it's not been a lot of ups, but a lot of the downs. And the way we've been winning, the games that we got, these are things that happens to the Knicks. Like we don't it we don't we're not used to it happening where it favors us. So it was emotional. I mean, we're gonna talk a lot about what this means for Jalen Brunson, what this means for the Knicks, what this means for the Spurs and Wemby. And we're gonna get into those conversations, but that game, man, and that series all together, man, it was amazing to see. I was super emotional, super happy. That I finally got to as a super fan, a super sports fan, a diehard Knicks fan. I'm not a regular fan, bro. I wear this joint on my sleeves, man. These things affect my mood more than anything else. Like it just it affects who I am. Like so, and it's uncontrollable. So to be able to get to the end and win this joint, man, I feel like n- I'm good now. Like I won't have this anxiety no more watching the Knicks. Even we can be losing. All right, I'll be all right. We got a chip. I saw it. I saw it. Like I will I will not have this anxiety next year and the years to come. I'll be able to watch the Knicks with a clear head because we won. There's no more that hanging over my head. So yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You know what, and I know, James, you're about to go, but I think that as well as the Knicks team that performed out there has this identity, that they created, like the no quit. I think even with the fans, everybody that I know was a fan was like, "Listen, it don't matter if they go up. Like if it's 2-3 minutes left and we within range, we're going to win. Like so, I think as much as the identity of the Knicks, the characteristic of the Knicks, I think you probably has transitioned to the fans as well. Like, yo, listen, like you said, a lot of fans will be like, yo, I seen my team win a chip. Your son literally is going to remember that his team won a chip,
And he
right?
ain't had to wait 40. He ain't had to wait 40 years like me.
Exactly. Like, so he's seen it, but then I think now it's like, yo, listen, we have a tough, hard nosed team, and probably everybody that's gonna, all new players and stuff that's gonna come to the Knicks is probably gonna have that. Yo, we fight to the very end, and we have a closer.
My thing is that I watched, me watching the game and everything like that, and it goes with the whole series. If we could fix our first quarter problem of going and getting in the deficit in the beginning of the game, we will blow these teams out. Like the Spurs couldn't handle us if we would have had that same momentum of coming back from 29 with no problem and handling it in the first quarter. We shoot horribly in the second quarter, and I never understood it. And damn, I can't even say his name right. But Jalen is always asked, "What's the holdup? Why? What's the issue with first quarter, first half?" And he doesn't even know why. You know what I mean? So the thing,
Y'all show up at 9 o'clock instead of 8:30.
we do it all the time.
I don't even think it's that. Here's with the Spurs series in particular. The Spurs and Wemby are very good, and Wemby is at his best in the beginning because he has all his energy. I don't know if this is going to be an issue with him going forward, or if this is something he's going to be able to fix with his conditioning and things like that. He's a big body, 7'5". You know what I mean? And just look at that game yesterday. He had like
Yeah.
4 blocks in the first quarter.
Yes, he
He
did.
was all running up and down the court, and he did that with every game this series. And then when it got to the end, he started to fade away because he's done. He's tired.
His stamina is horrible.
And when he gets tired, he start flopping around. He's missing foul shots. He's breaking shit because he's tired. And he's getting pushed and banged around. He's 7'5". You know what I mean? So if he not clicking defensively and not being able to be their number one option offensively, then that's when it leaves the door open for us to come back. I wonder, what made me wonder is how come OKC couldn't capitalize off of that? Was it because of their injuries or something like that?
Yeah,
Because
I believe so. I believe so.
because I'm like, yo,
you figured too.
how come OKC couldn't capitalize off of them getting tired at the end? It happened every game. The Knicks wore them down, and that is a big up to Mike Brown and him not being afraid to play niggas, him not wearing dudes out the whole year, and the fact that we swept through the playoffs, that we was able to empty the tank on these guys, pause, and they was still running on reserves. They're good in the first 2 quarters, and they die at the end. We take them out in deep water, and then that's it. They drown, and that happened every game. That's why they always went up double digits each game in the beginning, and at the end, because we didn't quit, we kept the pressure on them. That was it. If he's able to fix that stamina thing, I don't know if he can. He's 7'5". You know what I mean? He's not gonna be like a guard.
It's probably just a matter of being able to pace yourself, right?
I heard somebody saying, I heard Brendan Haywood saying that. He was saying yo, he has to develop a back to the basket game, because when he gets tired, he starts fading out and shooting threes. But that's when he just needs to get in that mid post, turn his back, and then just and make his move. He don't have to expend all that energy. He said he's expended too much energy, and he gets in the later court, and he's tired. I was like, that's a great point. Yeah, he got to get that. He got to get that back to the basket game going right there.
He definitely needs that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was settling for a lot of jump shots and stuff like that.
He does it at the end. He does it at the end. He catches all the lobs in the beginning of the game. He's in the paint in the beginning of the game, but then when it's like boxing. Like in the first couple rounds, if you fighting against a weight bully, like they leaning on you, they putting their weight on you. Like Tyson Fury, he mastered that fighting against Deontay Wilder, where he just put his weight on him the whole fight. Then at the end, he start teeing off because he tired. You know what I mean? And like Wemby be tired at the end. Wemby,
Yeah.
and the rest of them be tired because they don't have no bench.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
And,
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
and the thing is also with them is that they real physical. You know what I mean? And they
They
spend
are
a
a physical
lot of
team.
they spend
Yeah.
a lot of energy on defense. You know what I'm saying? So
With
just
no
going
depth.
with no depth at all. So the thing is with them and them being so inexperienced too, they make a lot. The refs saved them a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh
There
yeah.
was a lot of calls that wasn't made that should have been made. You know what I mean? There was a lot of holes, a lot of pushing going on. And it seemed like Cap was getting he always gets the calls that overturned on him and all that stuff. He averages 2 to 3 offensive fouls a
Yo,
game.
when they called that shit when they pushed him into Josh Hart,
Yeah.
and they called that on Wemby, they reversed that shit. He like, like yeah, nigga, you. I know how we talked about that a bunch of times with his pod. Like the first 2 games he ain't getting foul trouble. After that, foul trouble the
It
rest
was
of the way.
over. He disappeared after the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Because in the first he was getting in foul trouble like first 3 minutes of the game.
I don't know how he fixed whatever. But yeah, man, that like it's it's so many like that game that series. I don't even want to focus on the game because the game itself, I mean, just Jalen Brunson, he just took over. Like he again, we're gonna talk about Jalen in a minute, but he took over. But like the series itself again, it didn't feel like a 5-game gentleman sweep type thing because we was losing each game. It was this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't no blowouts or nothing like that. But what a Knicks team, man.
We
Oh
we
man,
was down at least 10 every game.
yeah,
At least 10.
down 16 this last game. Like it's crazy, man. I tell you what though, man. And one thing I don't know we're gonna get to it, but man, seeing the Knicks win, man. What it did something to me seeing Pat out there, seeing
Yeah.
John Starks out there, and just seeing them seeing them emotional. I'm like, damn, yo, like that brought the kid out of me right there. That brought the disappointment that I used to feel when we was good and competing for championships back then, and we couldn't do it, man. And I know he always probably felt bad not being able to do it for New York, and he left in a way that wasn't the greatest. But since he's been back with the organization and being supportive of the team and all that, I know that had to feel great for him, man. And Pat, my number one player, of my favorite player of all time, Pat Ewing. I mean, I don't think he's the greatest, but he's my favorite. And man, that felt great, man. I felt mad happy for Pat, man. And you could see it just
Oak
seemed
was in
like
the
it
building.
did something for him. Pause.
Oakley was
Oak
in
was
there.
in the building.
Oak was
Oak
there
was in
too.
the building.
But
Oak
Oak,
was in
man,
the
Oak been
building.
being a bitch lately though, man. So
Yeah.
it is what it
Y'all
is.
did him wrong. Y'all did him wrong in the garden. That's why,
He
man.
was wildin'.
What?
He was wildin' out there. Nigga was
What
swinging
wrong
off
with
on them
that?
security. What the hell? He's going there talking shit to Dolan. Like,
Nah, man.
what the fuck
No.
you expect? Like,
Don't you touch him, man.
come on,
Touch
so
him.
you gonna come to
Touch
my
Oak
house,
too.
come sit in my basement, and be talking shit about me? This nigga Sue fucked up ass house, man. Like, get the fuck out there, nigga. Fuck you talking about my fucking house for, man? That's what Oakley did. And they get mad when they kicking his ass out.
Yeah,
But yes,
one thing I'm not
definitely.
feeling
Yeah.
Oak, man.
And
Oak,
then he's popping shit, talking shit to you about Ewing and all that shit. Like, get
yeah,
the
and
fuck
now
out of
he's
here.
looking. He's been talking shit about Ewan for the longest,
For the
and
longest.
and now he's expecting Ewan to stick up for him.
No, Pat,
Like it's
and
not gonna
Pat don't say
happen.
nothing. Pat like, all right, man, it is what it is, man. But like, and Dolan extended an olive branch to Oakley too. Not that like Oak was still on some BS. So, man, he came to the game. I ain't on it like other people just saying, "Oh, bring back Oak." No, Oak doing that shit on his own.
Man, listen, fuck John Starks, by the way. He
Oh
hurt
Come
Kenny.
on,
man,
come on, come on, come on, come on now. Let's not do
Nah,
that.
man, listen, man. He hurt Kenny Anderson, man. That's my favorite. He broke his wrist. Ever since then, Kenny been on the alcohol binge ever since then, man.
who told Kenny that he's gonna be playing regular basketball against John Starks? But you better be prepared for rugby.
He was coming off an all-star year. He gonna break his damn wrist, man.
Oh man.
Next thing you know, my
Yeah,
boy
John Starks
Wano.
is my guy right there,
John
man.
Starks
That's
was
my
starving
guy.
out there. He was a whole bag boy, man. What
John
you think
Starks
you gonna? What you think you gonna get playing against him, man?
John Starks walked to the free throw line like he ain't touch him. Fucking bastard.
Oh man.
Nah, that was, but
But yeah,
it was dope. You know what? Let me go back into the emotions of it. Watching it. I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Spurs fan. That game when they came back from down 29 was nerve wracking for me. I always try to put myself in a game and just like, how would I feel in this moment? Yeah, man, I would have choked up in that. Like that game when it came back 29, you almost like how perfect you got to play to come back from down 29. Like it has to be perfect, bro. Like and they did it. Like some things I see a lot of people talking about destiny. Yeah, this was just that they was gonna win it. Like I kept saying like you gotta win this. Knicks was gonna. It was just in it. It was in the cards to for them to win, man, because everything was just going right.
Yeah, they all everybody put it on De'Aaron Fox, and I get it. Yeah, he could have dribbled the ball out and all this stuff. Like what? But like, yo, these dudes just came. These dudes are coming back from a 29 deficit. You know how nerve-wracking and nervous you gotta be as the team getting this league took away from? Like,
yes, sir.
like, everything is tight at this point. It's like, yo, any mistake, anything you make, you're not thinking. You know what I mean? Like, and he had a clear path to that basket. A if one of the fastest dudes in the league, he thought he had a layup. Maybe he should
Yeah.
have dunked it. Maybe Darren Fox a couple years ago dunks that.
That's the only thing that I
Or
say.
at least attempts to dunk. He should,
Yeah.
he just like attempts to dunk. But hey, man,
I really
that
thought
ball out, you ain't gonna
he
dunk
I
it.
really thought yeah, no, I thought he really thought he was fast enough to just make that layup, man. At the end of the day, man, when it comes to De'Aaron Fox, man, you gotta remember he ain't play a lot of winning basketball, yo. He's been sitting in Sacramento being horrible. You know what I mean? So this, you know what I mean? And Spurs wasn't good like that last year. So now he's in a position to win a championship. And a game like that, nerve-wracking as it is, they're gonna make mistakes, man. The inexperience definitely kicked in on them, and they're gonna make ton of mistakes. They kept shooting threes for no damn reason. They was playing at a fast pace for no reason. Instead of slowing it down.
I put that on Wemby, man. You missed them 2 free throws, and then you just start fading in the background, man.
Yeah.
Like when we talk, yeah, it's a lot to talk about with Wemby, man. I ain't gonna get on it now, but we got to open that conversation, man. So like,
Man, they let that damn Chapani, what was his name? Chapani shoot like damn near 8 threes for no damn reason.
he was their most consistent player outside of Dylan Harper.
Yeah, but
he was their most consistent player.
In the second half,
He shot well in every game.
Yeah, in the first half only though.
They all got tired, man.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper, he's tough, yo. He's tough.
Big guard.
Dylan Harper is super tough. He on that, and I'm not saying he Kobe, but this
on
is
that
what
trajectory.
this is what Kobe was doing when he was 20 years old, sitting next to Shaq. Like you know what I mean? He started coming into his own. Now he's a rookie doing this now. Like this isn't like third year with Kobe or something like this, but same age though. You know what I mean? Almost like and Dylan is a tough dude, bro.
And then people like people you're talking about the minutes and not playing in the fourth or stuff like that. Like My thing is, if Dylan was, let's say if he was just like, a player that came out and was balling and earned these minutes, right? But you want to go with your veteran, this is your second pick of the draft. Like
Yeah.
he's not someone who work. He is really good. You drafted him too. You don't draft number 2 to not play him in the fourth quarter like that or not go to him. Like and he's been showing you he can get a bucket on anybody out there. Like his number
It's
should have been
tough.
called, but yeah, but at the end of the day,
Oh,
listen, man, whatever happened or didn't happen for San Antonio, I think listen, I don't want to take away from the Knicks glory, man. Like they figured it out. They stopped him, they stopped others, people couldn't stop them and they brought a championship to the city. Them dudes is immortal in New York City forever.
yeah.
All of
They
them.
keep talking about, but the thing is with De'Aaron Fox, he's a max player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. Everybody think it's so easy just to sit him. Everybody's Charles
You don't
Barkley
gotta
saying
play
just
him. It,
sit
it,
him,
it,
but
okay.
that's
What
the
would
bread and butter
Popovich
right
do? Popovich would have sat him. And you know what? And we seen it before because Kawhi Leonard did it. Kawhi Leonard was
there. Yeah.
was young and was the MVP of the finals. Nobody said nothing. So what's the real team chemistry there? We trying to win or we just trying to appease some of the starters? Like we got somebody who
I,
can't be stopped.
how do you sit De'Aaron Fox though? It's not
That's
about
what
his con.
Well, no,
It's not about his
you don't even have
contract.
to.
It's not. It's De'Aaron Fox's. I don't like how we talking about De'Aaron Fox like he washed. And I ain't talking
Like,
about I ain't talking about us. I'm just talking
I,
about that's the
yeah,
narrative. Like he's some old.
Yeah, like he's a
He
bum.
ain't 30. It's like
I say,
he the
why
same
can't
age. He the same age as Brunson.
why
Like,
can't you play Fox, Castle, Harper together with Vassell, Champagne, and Wemby? Like, why can't you play them together? One, you know for a fact that you got 3 perimeter defenders and 3 ball handlers.
I think it was some coaching there that, and this is Mitch Johnson. What really his first full
His
year.
first year. Yeah.
And all of us are older than Mitch Johnson. You know what I mean? He's young as hell. He ain't even 40 yet. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna have to learn from this one right here.
Yeah, all of them do. The whole
And
organization.
because you can make that work. And again, De'Aaron Fox ain't no liability out here, man. Like I'm not gonna just talk about this. Just not that long ago, he was the clutch player of the year.
Yeah,
When he was on Sacramento, they had 2 good years where they was pretty damn good when Mike Brown was there.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like they
Well, Mike
under
Brown
Mike
was
Brown,
only there for a year.
they did really well there. Like they got back into the playoff picture. You know what I'm saying? And he was the leader. Like he made his all-star under there. Like, so that's how he got the max contract. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know if the injury was there. It was part of the issue. I'm not sure. Like that the high ankle sprain that he was like kind of
mhm,
bothered with. Maybe that was still. I don't know, but like you could have made that work somehow, and like they. I think the coaching. It just really come
yeah,
down to that because maybe Vassell, maybe he come, but then and then you figure something out with Dylan and how that is. But they got to make some moves because it's kind of a log jam there. Because to
Yeah.
me, those are all shooting guards. It's not a big small forward there, and that's why OG was able to kind of flourish a little bit there because he was too big for them.
yeah.
OG was bullying them, bullying them
Johnson
niggas.
Johnson ain't do too much either. He the 6th man of the year.
Yeah. I'm
He was
looking at
terrible.
this series like
Yeah, he was terrible.
I was looking at this series like, how the hell was he the 6th man of the year? What the hell was he
Exactly.
doing?
I ain't follow him like that, so I'm like,
Yeah, so I'm like, I thought he was going to like, what the fuck did he do? How did he get this award? Like,
yeah,
but whatever. So, I mean, I know we just been like kind of just Paul spitballing about the game and stuff like that, but like, uh, are we good with Brunson getting that MVP?
Yeah,
I am.
I
Okay.
am.
I'm good with.
Okay.
Even though I was good after game 5.
After the last game.
Yeah, I was good after that game. OG was on point before that.
So let's say it would have been a sweep and that game 5 didn't happen. And it
OG.
ended the way it ended with the
OG.
tip-in and all that stuff. What did you say?
OG.
You say OG?
OG by far.
By
Yeah,
far?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was. Yeah, he was
Re-
just like so.
Not
He was so consistent, and I like definitely the two-way effect of it.
yeah,
Mhm.
defense was the biggest thing. He had
Yeah,
blocks. Yeah.
yeah.
This
Like
dude had blocks.
he was a major rim protector.
Mhm.
All right, so
I
yeah.
I would have still gave it to Brunson. I think that uh, let's look at if you look at everything you got the first game, you had Cat. He was the big time player in that. But during that, Brunson still had 30 points. Now he was very like inefficient, but he was
Yeah.
really good he was really good in the clutch, fourth quarter points. He closes. As good as Carl Towns was that game, Brunson closed. And in that game, Ananobi, he ain't do much that game. So that
What
was
was
the
his
first
stat?
game.
What was OG stats that game?
He had 17. He had 17. He was 5 for 12. 3 rebounds. So he ain't, it was just
Steals and
a
blocks?
one steal, one block.
Oh,
He,
okay.
he he ain't really he didn't put an impact on that game. So then you had the next game. Um, again, we won that game. Hold on now.
That was Bridges' big game too. Bridges had
Oh
19.
yeah, yeah. They
Mhm.
are, but so you said it earlier. Everybody did their job, man. Everybody contributed.
Yeah, I think Bridges had 19 that game because I know he was killing that second. He was in the second group and he was killing by himself. We went on like a 10-point lead with him just being the main scorer.
Mhm. Uh, so that game you had the second game you talk about.
Yeah,
You
game
said
2.
Bridges the second game?
Yeah, he had 19.
Mhm. I don't know why that says something else, but yeah, I think that
Hold on. Unless he had it in the first. Hold on, let me see. But I know the second game he was let me see.
that's the game they won by 1 point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So Bridges, he had 20 points that game. He
yeah,
did
20.
well that
Okay,
game.
okay.
Brunson had 20. He was inefficient again.
Hmm.
OG 17. Again, not much, but that was that was still another cat game right there.
Yeah,
So
Mm.
like I I think that OG ain't turned on till he got home.
yeah. So
That's when he
game
turned
3.
on and those days. So it would have been based off of that last game with him. And I think that with Brunson, he just closed each game though. No matter how bad he was shooting and stuff like that, he closed those first 2 games. And then we got home. So they lost that game, the third game, but let's say they won that one. Brunson, that's when he started playing good again. Like, what I mean, being more efficient, and he had a big game that game, but then he had to get I just think that the closing part of it all, I still would have put Brunson there. But all of the controversy and the argument was put to bed once he closed out the way he closed out yesterday. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So you, hey, he got the award. So what does that mean for Brunson, man?
Mm.
I was asking a
What
lot
does
of
that mean about because here's the conversations that we got to talk about when it comes to Jalen Brunson right now. It's it's the whole argument of where's he at as a Nick? What I mean? Is he he's an all-time Nick. There's no disputing that. But where is he? Is he the greatest Nick of all time? Is he
Silver walk
top?
a lot.
Is he going to be
Mm.
top or whatever? How we talking about it? But then, which I think is the biggest argument is where does he rank amongst the the guards, this era of guards that we in, you know. And when I mean this era of guards, I'm not just talking about the current ones like Shea and all that, but I'm talking about the ones that's coming towards the end of their career, like the Westbrooks, like the Hardens, the Kyries, the Dame Lillards, all those dudes, you know what I mean, who's going to the Hall of Fame, but they've been 1A in their career, but they done what Brunson just did. So that's that. I think this is the conversation right here. That's an uncomfortable conversation. The next conversation, to me, that's an easier conversation because in the all-time annals of players, Knicks don't have that much. This isn't like the Lakers
Oh, well,
or
no.
Boston or
Knicks
like, you
don't
know
have
what I mean? The Knicks don't have that many. Our great players are in the 70s and stuff. Like, and then after that, you got Pat, and then after that, Melo, and niggas that throw Jeremy Lin in there and shit. So, like, I think we can talk about that first right now and get that over with. So,
And
where is he at as a Knick?
I mean, I honestly, listen, it's hard for me to put because of what I seen. It's hard for me to put people in front of Pat. Like it's just difficult for me to do that. Like honestly, because like you said, like Pat was one of my more enjoyable people to watch, man. Like Cat, Cat is out here talking about the best shooting big man. Yeah, that's only because they weren't shooting threes in Pat era. Because if they told Pat to step out there, cover more,
Oh my God.
it would have been lights
Pat
out.
would have been knocking that shit down.
Top of the key, corner, all that. Like yeah, jump shot was money. But
That shit ain't touch nothing.
I, I would say, but but Brunson has the chip, right? So it's like he right. But for me, I think I didn't see Walt Clyde, right? But Walt Clyde got 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So people always want to go by the hardware or whatever. But from what I seen, right, you got and we know how difficult it is to play in New York. And this dude came. It seemed like he had a seamless transition to going in and putting on for the Knicks. Like coming from Dallas, it ain't. I guess he got the right temperament for it. He be looking like a sociopath out there. Like like he be with the shit, popping shit, and still kicking your ass. But me personally, I got him. I got him number 2 because I got Pat number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't. I mean, I guess we could charm my father into this into this to see how he feel about Walt Clyde. I'm gonna ask him tomorrow and see how he feel about that because he'll say he would have seen some of that. But yeah, I think that I got him number 2, and I'll wait to go on to the next part of this question. But yeah, I got him number 2 behind Pat.
Yeah, for me, man,
He win one more, and it's like this with him and Pat though. Let him win one more.
for me, so let me give Walt his just due. And Walt is a 6-time All NBA. He's 7-time All Defensive Player. Because he was a two-way player. I don't know if people know that about him. He does have 2 rings. He wasn't the MVP on any of them, but he got 2 rings. And yeah, he was an All-Star MVP. But with that being said, I think that I didn't see Walt, man. I didn't
Yeah.
see Walt, and I don't want to sound hypocritical because when we talk about these greatest players, I always put Wilt up there, and I ain't see Wilt. But so I don't want to use that against him because then I'm just gonna be a hypocrite with that, So because I didn't see him, I don't want to take it away. But I think that being the 1A on your team, you know what I mean? When you're doing these things, it got to mean something,
Mhm.
and maybe I'm not all the way, educated on whether Walt Clyde was the 1A or the 1B on this team. We all know Willis Reed was there. We know Earl of Pearl was there for some of that, and the Knicks had great teams all together. Dave the Bushes, Dick Barnett. They had great players that was great back then. So I'm not sure, but he don't the stat part of it all, he don't have. Like that Pat got that.
Yeah,
Pat
yeah,
leads the Knicks in points, rebounds, blocks, steals. Like he leads them in all categories. You know, now as it stands today, he still leads them. Now, as time goes on, that's going to change. You know, obviously, and that part of his stake in the conversation is going to take some away from him. But right now, I Pat was my favorite player. You know, and what I do know about Pat that he didn't have that Walt has is that Pat didn't have all-stars with him. He did all that without no other all-star on his team, no other great player on his team. He was doing that by himself. Now,
mm,
obviously we know about the John Starks, the Oakleys, the Masons, and all that stuff, but these were just hard-nosed glue players. Just think about having a bunch of Josh Harts on your team. You know
yeah,
what I mean? That's what he had. You know, and if they was able to score sometimes, great. But it was all on Pat. It was all on Pat, and he was the heart and soul. And the Knicks was the only team that gave Chicago a run for their money during their run. Like they the only ones that took him to 7 games. They the only ones that made him, you know, really dig down. And once he got to the finals, he just ran through people. Pause. So that's why Pat is up there past Walt to me. Now, when it comes to Brunson, at the end of the day, Brunson is still writing out his you know what I mean, his book, his story. So because he's not done yet, I ain't gonna put him in front of Pat, and I'll put Pat number 1 right now. But I think when it's all said and done, he's gonna be ahead of Pat. He don't
mm.
even have to win again.
No, he don't. He don't have to win no shit.
He's gonna be ahead of Pat when it's all said and done because he's already, you know, with every 30-point game he get, whatever thing he keeps getting close to breaking records that Pat already set as a Knick. You know what I mean? Like, and he's doing this stuff within 4 or 5 years. You know, and since he's been a Knick, he's been an All NBA player, All-Star player, MVP candidate, and you know, you know, I think eventually he's gonna surpass Pat. And he did something that Pat can never do.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
you know, he's gonna get there. So I'll put him. I'll put Pat number 1 with an asterisk. But he
with
just said
with with a
he's just
time
saving the spot for
with a
Jalen Brunson.
with
Brunson gonna
with a
get
time
that.
clock with a time
Yeah,
clock going.
yeah. He's just saving the spot. He's keeping the seat warm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Jalen when it's all in 2 years. It'll be ironclad.
Jalen number 17 right now,
Okay.
all time leading scorer.
And Knicks,
Yeah,
yeah,
he got
you gonna see,
7,000. He got 7,462.
yeah,
And Pat, you know, of course, he's number 1 with 23,665.
yeah.
Where's Balkman at? What the fuck, man?
I think I got more than Balkman, and I never played.
A little bit of Al
Nah,
Harrington, a little bit of Al Harrington, man. Where Al at, man?
hey, listen, I averaged about 19 that
He
one
got, he
year.
got, he got you some buckets out there in New York.
He did good that one year there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, you
But
got
you know what?
let's see here. You got Jamal Crawford at 5,269. He's number 29. RJ
Mm.
Barrett is 28.
Where's Walt?
Walt's number 2,
Yeah. Who's
14,617.
3?
Willis Reed, then Allen
What?
Houston.
Damn, I
Really?
don't got more than Melo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Melo 7.
Oh, I'm about to say they both transferred in.
Yeah, Melo only got 10,186.
Okay,
Yeah.
he higher than Melo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
listen, but I mean, I guess the next step as far as Jane, I mean, did you have anything on this?
I got him right now. I want to make him the best Nick, but I think just because of the longevity, I'm about to give it to Pat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Pat's impact when he first came into the league and, you know, shook the Knicks up. Almost the same as how Jalen is, but it was more of a surprise for Jalen. People kind of expected Pat to be good as the number 1 pick. But Jalen being a free agent signing, everybody questioned if he was good or not. and the way he started out gave Knicks new hope. And him bringing the chip, and he bought this little that little in-season tournament cup too, all in the same year, and both MVPs.
That be a that little cup be a little sign too. It'd be a little spark at the beginning of the season, let you know though. Like, yeah,
I
He's the
think
first.
he's the
So
first one.
that's the new Triple Crown.
Yeah, that's the first one.
He the first one to get the NBA Cup MVP, the Eastern Conference MVP,
Yeah,
Finals MVP.
dope.
Now maybe quadruple crown if he got All-Star MVP. I don't know, but
Mhm.
that shit don't count. That shit right there, that's a triple crown right there.
Definitely. Yeah.
that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it
So-
is, Knicks are in good hands, though. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Knicks
for
are in
sure.
good
For
hands
sure.
right now.
Cool. We could talk about where the Knicks at, but let's transfer. So where is he at with the rest of these guards?
Now I know you mentioned Dame Lillard. He moved up. He's past him right now for sure.
You sound real. I mean, that's real definitive though.
Yeah, he got that
So
chip.
why
got that
Dame Lillard more than anybody else we mentioned?
No, I'm saying because you mentioned his name, so
I mentioned a lot.
You know what I mean? That's the only one.
He ain't the only one.
Oh no.
So listen. Out of everybody, right? We know. All right, Steph, right? He not there.
Nah.
Steph and Shea, boom.
No.
For me, Steph and Shea, they ahead of him. There's really no debate there. After that,
Yeah, you know, and after that, because people like to put in the hallway. Like out of everybody though, the one thing that we may not see again is, and so I wasn't a major fan. That shit that Westbrook, we can't take for granted what he did. Like
Westbrook was my favorite point for years.
this like then in 3 seasons with triple doubles, like but he don't have the ring, and now he would be gone too, because he got an MVP as well. He will be gone too if he could have bought one to OKC.
Oh, he would have been gone.
He'd have been gone.
He'd have been out of there.
Yeah.
So y'all taking Westbrook over Brunson right now. So that's what you're saying.
So all right, let's organize this. Let's name these guards right now. So Dame Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Rose,
Steph.
I think we agree that
Steph.
Steph.
Right? He gone. Okay.
Yeah. Steph is out the way. Shea out the way.
Yeah.
Shea out
Shea's
the way.
out the way. So okay, Russ. Yeah. Derrick Rose, Russ. Chris Paul.
No.
Who else we got this shit? Do we want to say Steve Nash? Do we want to say all these guards of and I'm saying current era guards? Maybe there's some that just retired and the ones that still playing. James Harden, Booker.
I told you. I spoke to you earlier. So get Booker out of here.
Guards.
Or just
1A guards.
League guards.
Yeah, league guards.
Okay, get Booker out of here. Because Brunson's better.
Okay.
I think we can have a
Kyrie
conversation.
out of there too. Get Kyrie out.
Kyrie got a chip.
Kyrie.
He wasn't 1A.
Okay.
Oh, Kyrie's just everybody's favorite, but I can understand what you mean. Okay.
So do we agree with Kyrie out of there?
And are we saying he's better than these dudes?
No, greater, because we can say that we think Kyrie's better.
Yeah,
but is he greater?
That's another story.
Yeah.
For our fans that's watching, Kyrie is better. Jalen is greater.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
And
that's no knock on Jalen.
There's no knock on Jalen. Kyrie is
just
better.
a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
he's offensively flawless, right?
Yeah, he's just a bad motherfucker.
But this is throwing you out there to go play, and nobody can stop you. We know that's Kyrie. In terms of putting a city on his back, right? He didn't do it in Brooklyn. And listen, we St. Pat guys, you know we're gonna ride with him. He didn't do it in Brooklyn. He didn't do it in Boston. He didn't do it in Dallas,
Mhm.
Cleveland by itself. So Jalen has that. Hey, yo, I'm the leader of this team. Y'all gonna follow me. He has that about him. He had it in
Yes.
Dallas. He had it in
Yes.
Dallas
Mhm.
when Luka got hurt. Right.
Mhm.
So yes, he's great. He's greater. He's greater than Kyrie. I can say that. Who?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with
I
that
definitely agree.
100%. Like
Kyrie had more than enough times to try.
Kyrie
Yeah.
has been the lead guard on teams before. Any those years without that he was with LeBron, cool. But after that, he had a shot, and more importantly, like availability. You know, Kyrie,
Yeah.
whether it's through his own shit or injury, he's not always available, and Jalen's available. You know,
Yeah.
so that means something right there. So yes, he's greater. So who next? So all right, we mentioned Lillard. So what do we think about Lillard? So all right. So here's the thing about Lillard. Before we just let's give some respect. Dame Lillard is a top 75 player.
But yeah,
Dame Lillard has been 1A on his Portland Trail Blazers teams for years. He's gotten niggas up out of there in playoff situations, clutch. Um, all NBA for years. I ain't reading the stats in front of me and nothing like that, but obviously he's been that dude and been doing it for a longer time as the 1A. He don't have the chip, he don't have that. So
he don't even
does
have a
that does that
weapon.
automatically put Jalen as a greater player than Dame Lillard?
Yes, he didn't even make it to the Western Conference Finals.
He did.
He did.
Well,
I think he made one Western Conference Final.
I don't know.
Steph
That
always,
year with Farouk Aminu and all of them,
I thought Steph
he
always,
was on that
I thought
team.
Steph always blocked that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I think he made it. I think he made 1 year that where he made it out there, and then maybe Steph beat them that year.
He
And
got
maybe
he got 7 All NBA selections.
No, he did. He made one,
yeah. He made one.
but they were swept by Golden State.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 7 All NBA, one first team,
Mhm.
for a second. Like so. Listen, and we gotta. I guess in this situation, we have to be a prisoner of the moment. This dude made it to the conference fight. Like he been knocking on the door since he got in New York. Um, it's like he's arrived now, and
He
he
got a Rookie of the Year too.
dang got a
Mhm.
rookie of the year.
And so
But that makes it even better
Hey,
for
yo,
Brunson
listen.
because he's a second round pick.
Yeah, he is a second
yeah.
round pick. Yo, listen. I don't think we. It's not even fair because this championship that was brought to New York by Jalen catapults him to a whole nother level.
I
Like, it's
just
not a
but
championship it's not a championship like if he did it in LA, if he did it in Boston. This is almost like if he brought a championship to the Wizards.
yeah. So just still talking about Dame. He's been playing in the league for 13 years,
Yeah,
and he's averaging 25. His highest average was 30 a game. That he's been a hell of a player for a long time. You know what I mean?
but
And
we talking about playoffs right now.
oh no,
One A.
I'm talking about
No,
overall.
I know that, but
Oh, okay.
we talking about the accolades going further now. But that's the only thing that's separating Jalen right now.
Mm.
His playoffs.
And you know what? Jalen, I think we're all gonna say Jalen still has to he gotta continue. This is great. I mean, he's great. I think if he stops
13 years, 4 years. That's the argument. That's the
yeah.
argument that if I'm just looking at a devil's advocate. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm going to say Jalen's greater because he got a chip. But again, ring culture. I'm a guy who say LeBron better than Jordan, and the thing that everybody throw in my face is that Jordan got more rings. You know what I mean? So like I get when people I've never been one to like people to use that ring argument with me, but Damon's been doing it for a long time. You know what I mean? But
We talking about 30 points a game, both. They both average almost about 30. He got his ring. He got his finals
they ain't been
MVP.
doing that for 13 years though.
Yeah, I get it. But he also got
And
swept.
you know what? And not
He didn't
everybody.
make it.
The thing is, not everybody's gonna get a ring. Like, you know,
They're not.
there's some great ones that's not gonna get a ring. But you're
That's
going on. You know what? I'm not throwing away. Lillard right now.
I'm not so quick to throw away Lillard.
Yeah, and I'm not so quick to
The
throw away
Kyrie
Lillard.
thing is a little bit easier for me, but Dame was 1A and doing that same type of small guard. But he just did. He's in the West.
get the
People
job
can use
done.
that. People can use that argument. He's been in the West. He had to deal with the Golden States of the world, you know, during the whole time and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I'm not so quick to throw that away. I think
Yeah.
that could be put together for further review in my
Yeah.
eyes. You know, I know James. I know you just saying that, you know, it's him.
Yeah,
For
I'm
me,
going with Brunson.
yeah,
I
I got to
think I
come
got
back to that one. I got to
I
come
got
back
I
to
got
that.
a
I
review
can't
of
throw it
both.
13 years putting in pain compared to 4. I don't know. They're not.
Well,
Yeah. So
let's speed it up. Chris Paul.
He's better.
greater.
He's great. He's greater. He's greater. At this,
Harden.
he's greater. Impact, greater impact. Like
Impact?
I mean, another thing is like Harden stuff has never translated into wins.
We said Harden or Chris Paul?
Harden.
No, I just said once y'all said Chris Paul, we did Chris Paul. Y'all said Brunson was greater, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really just to throw that in. That got to be further reviewed for me.
Chris Paul.
Now, Chris Paul impact isn't just about scoring points. He's a pass first point. He's a pass first point guard. But Chris Paul has made every team he's been on better.
And
yeah, people around him better defensively. He's an all defensive player. He's a two-way guard. He brought a team to the finals. They didn't close. He was on the verge of bringing another team to the finals. He got hurt. 2 years that happened to him.
They stopped us from getting them too.
You know,
you hurt.
I don't know. I don't know if you could just do that. And again, Chris Paul been doing it. Did it for years.
I'm a Chris Paul fan, so you know what I mean. That's my guy, but it's kind of tough.
Now, so for me, I know it's different, but for me, I gotta think about that more. But it's a hell of a conversation. Now the Harden one, because we said Devin Booker, he's out of there, right?
Yeah. I'm not even discussing that.
All right. I mean, we ain't got to disrespect Devin. Devin put some pain in
we
there.
do.
He went to the finals.
Yes, we do. We do got to disrespect him.
He went to the finals. He just don't. Devin don't have the longevity of the other guys that we talked about. You know what I mean? Devin got like a 4 or 5 year window. You know what I mean? Where
Devin got a lot of years of bullshit,
empty stats.
Yeah.
So this is what bring me to Harden. Harden has some incredible years with Houston, but they all amounted to absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
So with all the step backs and tweens and scores and all that stuff, you know, he has some good, some good regular seasons, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like but I don't want to dismiss it because he put 35 a game up. Like he 37. Like he was Hard was as close to unstoppable as there was in this league at one point. And he did it for a while. So I don't want to disrespect that, but the fact that it really did nothing in the playoffs, and he had several opportunities to make to make good on that, but it just never translated into playoffs. So definitely not greater, but he's better than Brunson. But he's not greater than Brunson.
Mm,
He's definitely great. He's definitely better. We can't act like
I'm going
Could
Brunson.
Brunson ain't doing what he could do. Like
I'm going Brunson.
yeah, he's definitely greater.
And the
Yeah,
fact that Brunson swept him too. So
yeah, and he can't. Yeah,
Well,
and
that's not the real Harden. You know what I mean?
uh,
Yeah, that's fake.
and-
That's fake Harden right there, like fake
but
Wells.
yeah, but
You know what I mean?
some of the criteria is leading a team too, right? Like, and this is what we know. This is a staple. This is a part of his skill set, is leadership. So yeah, I can see why you would want to come back and have that discussion about Chris Paul because that's the big part of his stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And, it's,
I
mo-
can't.
it,
I can't.
and then
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes, and all the leadership Chris Paul got, it didn't like he got there, he got to the finals and stuff like that. I would have loved to see him put on in the championship series, but Brunson got there and Brunson won it.
Steve
So
Nash?
hold on before we get to Steve Nash. So Donovan Mitchell, no,
No.
he's greater.
He's greater than Mitchell. Mitchell,
And
Mitchell got to get over that hump. He got a hump in front of him, pause, that he got to get over.
that hump is
Brunson.
Jalen
Yeah.
Brunson. He beat him and he beat him when he was in Dallas, or he
Yep.
was in he's in Utah, and he beat him twice over here. So
Greater than
it,
Brunson.
so we hear what we're saying with that. Tyrese Halliburton.
Shit.
Jalen ain't beat that nigga.
But he got the chip now.
So
That's
I
gonna
got
get.
Tyrese was in a championship game 7 towards Achilles. Now
there
he
you
didn't
go.
win. We don't know what would have happened, but Jalen ain't beat him. Lost
He
him
did.
twice.
Yeah.
We got to
Well,
see how we will have to see how their careers play out.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm going to say Jalen greater than him
Yeah, right
because,
now
but
we have to see how their
we're
careers play
using
out.
that argument against against
but
Donovan
the thing is with Donovan though, they were close in stats though. Halliburton is not. Nowhere near close. Halliburton don't put up points like that.
because Halliburton is a pass first
Yeah,
point
pass
guard.
first. He just can get
Yeah,
buckets too.
he's one of those leaders and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
But the thing
I
is,
think it's an interesting conversation, but the fact that Halliburton don't have those gaudy stats that he can use to his advantage to say, hey, he got this. He led the league. He's leading the league in assists and stuff like that as a pass first point guard. But I think it's a good conversation because Jalen didn't beat him.
no,
But
he didn't.
I think that's the only reason why I even brought him up because Jalen didn't beat him. But Jalen got the chip. So like, and
Jalen got a chip.
yeah. So Tyrese, he gonna have to come with more to get that. So get Tyrese up out of it. Now, Steve Nash. I'll go first with Steve Nash. Steve Nash, one of my all-time favorite point guards. He got 2 MVPs. There's
Yeah.
debate on whether people think he should have got him or not. Regardless of the debate, he got him. But that's tough for me. I really thought Steve Nash was a huge impact on the teams that he played, those Phoenix teams. But
It will be that same. Wouldn't it be the same thing with like Chris Paul?
not as long. I think Chris Paul
Those
got way more longevity of being good, whereas Steve Nash, he got those Phoenix years, and then it kind of tailed off a little bit.
those two
But that was
MVPs.
that was a hell of a run he had though.
Yeah,
Those
he got a
those
lot
two
of.
MVPs might have
I
done it
didn't
for
even
me.
know he was from
He got
Joburg
back
neither.
to back.
Yeah, those back to back, he might be greater than Brunson with those two back to back MVPs. That might be the only thing that's saving him right now.
Hmm. You know what? I can't.
He got 8 All-Stars,
It's hard to get a back to back
7
MVP,
All
especially as a
2
small guard.
MVPs. That's tough. 2 MVPs is tough.
That's what I said. That's tough.
5-time assist champ.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, right now. See,
I gotta
here's
give
the
it to
good
Nash.
here's the good thing with Brunson is that his story isn't over yet.
Exactly.
And he's still writing it out. And these guys that we talk about, they're pretty much done. But yeah, right now to me, Steve, and people going to say something, but like I just not going. I can't discount certain things. But uh, yeah,
Hey,
man.
listen. I'm watching
What's some
like
Westbrook?
Westbrook.
Westbrook greater.
Westbrook greater.
West Westbrook
Bruh, listen.
MVP.
You ain't
You're
gonna go
averaging
on.
triple double for 3 years. Nobody ain't do that for like 40 years since Oscar
Look,
Robertson. Now is a thing where you got Jokic doing it and stuff like that. So but before that, nobody came close. Not Jason Kidd, not Magic Johnson, not any of these, type of point guards. They didn't do it. You know what I mean? So
I agree, but it just seemed like when he was doing all that, it's so much empty stats, yo. You know what I mean? It never affected winning. He just was
no,
there.
no, you know what else though?
he took his
When he
team to the playoffs every time, and
and
this is
that team was
after
set
Durant left, and that team was not good.
at
He
all.
would he willed them to those playoffs, those playoff runs as like a 4 or 5 seed. He, he
Yeah, I give it to Westbrook.
he got
And
all
you
MVP.
It just seemed like he was padding a lot of stats.
Because like, all right, when you look at Brunson, I mean, you look at Westbrook and Harden, the difference between them two is that I think it was more leadership with Westbrook and
Westbrook.
willing, to win, was on his back than it was with Harden. Harden
Yeah.
it was the
Wow.
system, D'Antoni, like it was a lot of that stuff too. But
And the manipulation of of getting fouled.
Yeah.
yeah.
When they changed that, boy, them stats dropped down too.
That shit's
Yeah.
dropped.
Yeah.
When they changed that shit, boy.
Swipe, yeah. But shout out to Westbrook too. I was in Paris, whatever. He was out there trying to get an autograph. Told us no. So shout out to him. Way to lead, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, had his bodyguards and everything. I was like, yo, I'm from the United States. He was like, yeah, he ain't signing an autograph. So
America, man. You should have said you was from LA, man. It might have happened there.
but he might have G-checked me. And
He would
now,
have.
you know what I'm saying?
And now you're getting packed out. But listen,
He rolling 60s and stuff like that from what I hear. So I don't know, man. So yeah, but shout out to
Oh,
him. Way to
man.
lead. Definitely told us no. I'm like, okay, all right.
Oh man, that's funny. Are we missing any guards that we should be talking about?
what's some current guards that people was so now let's get this Cade Cunningham talk out of it.
Wait.
I got one for y'all.
Luka.
Mm.
He ain't greater
Now,
than
let me go first. He's
Mm.
great. He's greater than Luka. He's not better than Luka, but he's greater than Luka.
There we go. I can go with that.
He's greater than Luka. Luka got gaudy stats, but they both on the same type of trajectory, really. You know what I mean? Luka got a couple more years doing it as a number one, but he ain't win it. He ain't win a chip. And Luka ain't got no MVPs. He ain't got none of that yet. So he can't hang that over Brunson head. So yeah, Brunson ahead of him. I'm not gonna say Luka better, but shit, some people might look at that and say, "Hey, I'll take Brunson on my team over Luka because it's winning." So I don't know. I think the thing that hurts Luka is that he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if
You
Luka
know,
stay healthy,
because Luka shit is winning is winning basketball. He can will you to win with
yeah,
just
his way.
overwhelming offense.
So this is the difference between like I don't want to change subjects or whatever, but like how we know Harden pad these stats, Luka does it and win.
Yeah.
Like that dribble, that ISO ball, Luka win when he
Mhm.
do it.
Mhm.
Like Harden, it doesn't win. Like he thinks he's the system, and he's saying like you can't win like that. All right, whatever. Luka was on the way. I don't know if I'm not saying he was gonna come out of the West, but we got to the playoffs. Well, playing like that.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we got any more guards left. Any more guards?
I can't wait to see a healthy Halliburton and Brunson go back at that Indiana Knicks rivalry is something now.
Man, they lucky, man. That shit shouldn't even been that. But whatever.
Yeah, I
Eh,
can't think of any that's out right
yeah,
now.
not right now. I think we got the main ones that,
Yeah, those the elites.
you know, yeah.
Yeah, because
Jaylen
he's
Brown,
better.
he got his.
I think he's better than everybody else right now. Well, greater than everybody else right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, because
Now,
yeah, nah, I can't even think of anybody else.
I think he's the best. He's the best guard in Eastern Conference right now.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
greatest or whatever. Most
Forget.
impactful
I don't want to hear
guard in the
that
Eastern
Cade
Conference.
Cunningham talk no more.
Yeah, nope. They can sit that Cade Cunningham the shit down. Lonzo Ball. Lamelo Ball, because that was another thing. The one people was putting on him. You know what I mean? And so, hey, all that shit they was doing, don't let to win. So another thing about, and I know we're getting late into it, but like we ain't really get a chance to talk about Wemby. And this is like Wemby is a guy that I know I'm guilty of it. Was looking at Wemby like, yo, if he wins this, now this is going to start the trajectory of him reeling off a bunch, and I think a lot of questions came up with Wemby after this finals. So what does this look like for him? Is this going to be a stain? If he does end up winning championships and things like that, would this loss, this young in his career, would this be a stain on his career that people could use against him?
No, I think this may be
Like
the
they
thing that
used the Dallas against LeBron, or the
yeah,
Spurs when he was young against LeBron.
I think that helped them too though. Like Brian got to see what it really took to actually win besides talent, right? Like you get to see what kind of goes into it, the type of team that beat you. Um I think it's like, like Dirk and them lost one before his run. The great ones kind of bounced back. I think if he didn't bounce back, we can say that this was demoralizing to his career. If he bounced back, we could say he learned from this because he's still young. Um, you kind of got you got worked in these finals. You had people, older guys that been around the league that actually showed you what it takes to win, but you playing against them. I don't think it's a stain. I think like the great ones go through something, whether they lose in the finals or it's just something that they go through within the season and they bounce back, become better the following year. I think every great one does it. Like LeBron was in Cleveland and got swept, whatever. And I'm sure that helped him in some way down the line. It's like you're not going to say, "Oh, he got swept. He's not great." No, I don't think it does that. But I think it's all about how he responds to this. And it seems like a person that is going to be upset about this loss clearly, and will go back to the drawing board and start to figure out what he needs to do to get better to win one. Because he's going to be in position to like. I don't want to say he's going to be there. I said that if I was one of the people that said if they win one, that they may roll off quite a few. But I think the realistic statement is he's going to be in position to come out of the West for the next couple of years. Position to whether or not they do it or not, but he's going to be right there in the mix to come out of the West for the next 5 years. They're going to make sure Wemby has the pieces and stuff around him to be able to compete. So we'll see what this loss does to him. I'll, uh, I hope he bounces back. I mean, that's what the great players do.
Well, I
What,
know
what you got, sir?
For Wemby, this is his story. You know what I mean? He goes to go see the monks. He goes, gets the meditation. He reads the books. But he's out of all this professional stuff that he tries to promote, he's a sore freaking loser. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he pouts and all that bullshit. So at the end of the day, this is his story to start working on himself, getting his game better, and that for 5 years, like you just said, Maul, they should be in the mix. Him, Harper, and Cass. You know what I mean? They probably gonna get rid of De'Aaron Fox because they got Harper there. And those two on rookie deals. the only one that's up for re-up is Wemby. So they're gonna pay Wemby, and they still got these other dudes on rookie deals, and they are going to be in position to run the damn West every year. So we're just going to see what happens, and this is only going to make them better. But they have to learn from their experience, learn from their mistakes. I hope their coach learns from his mistakes as well. That's a big part of the whole situation as well. So I'm with Wimby with this loss right here, only helping him not tarnish his trajectory, but he has to grow the hell up too at the same time.
But I remember
I
LeBron walking off the court without shaking hands and things like that. Like they're not gonna be happy about losing though.
No, it's not even.
all I
I don't
know
care about the shaking hands. He do a lot of bull crap though. Like
Mm,
he talks hella crap, like at the podium and stuff like that too.
mm,
Like all of them players were mad arrogant for some reason. Like, and I'm all
they-
for you wanting to believe, will yourself to a win, but it's how you go about doing it too at the same time. They were just talking hella shit for some reason.
listen. All I'm saying is that everybody gonna have to keep the same energy, man. When LeBron didn't win against the Dallas, and they were saying that he was coming up short in fourth quarters
mhm.
and things like that, and JJ Barrera and Jason Terry and all that stuff was scoring on him, all this they getting on him. And when he got swept by, the Spurs and all that stuff when he was young, people use that against him when they talk about the GOAT stuff with Mike or whatever. And
Well,
I just don't want to hear the excuses when it comes to Wemby.
no, no, no,
You
no.
know what I
Like,
mean?
but
Like
doesn't everybody have that
but
story?
huh?
I mean, doesn't like you could talk about the things that happened to Brian. You could say how the Pistons beat up on Jordan and he couldn't get over them. I think
They don't
everybody.
use to me. They don't do that with Bron. I think they use that as a way to downplay his greatness, not looking at it in that way. They look at it like, oh, he choked this one, or he got swept there, or something like that. And I think people are going to be quick to say, oh, he was young, Wimby, or he was young, or this was Fox's fault, or this was the coach's fault. But at the end of the day, Wimby was nowhere to be found at the end of these games.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gentleman's sweep. He missed free throws. He was getting scored. You know what I mean? He wasn't there to do certain things when it counted. And then you add on the part of his arrogance, like James is talking about his arrogance and how it's not even confidence. It's more just like, yeah, these dudes, it's us. It ain't them. Like he not giving people props. And then he looked like he playing dirty. You know what I mean? He
Definitely
mushing Brunson and laughing about it. He doing all this weird stuff on the court. People not talk about that because they want him to be the face of the league so bad. You know what I mean? Because he global. He from France, and you know what I mean, and how that's gonna look. He got the look. You know what I mean? Clean cut dude, smart, intelligent, talking. Very well spoken. So they want him to be a certain thing, and I think they'll be willing to overlook certain things. So my thing is, let's make sure like people better hold these people that be on these TV shows and they got these platforms that try to knock LeBron down for years over certain things. I want to hear them say the same thing when it come to Wemby. This was a series they were supposed to win. They was favorite coming in here. He's the biggest, best dude on the floor, and he didn't show up. He didn't finish the job. He didn't do what he's supposed to do. And I think this should, I guess, just to answer the question, this should be a hit on his legacy. You know what I mean? Because nobody else can escape it. He shouldn't either. This should be a hitch on his legacy. Not to say he can't improve it. He can go and win 10 straight. That's fine. But they better talk about the time that he played the Knicks and he didn't show up. And he got outplayed by Cat the first 2 games. And he got dunked on by OG. And he got floated shooting over his 8-foot wingspan and all that stuff. They better talk about it. How he got gentlemen swept out the playoffs, letting the 29-point comeback happen. They better talk about it because they damn sure ain't let certain people not hear the end of it when it came to them.
Hey, I agree. I agree.
Wemby,
But
Wemby lost to a great one. Brian was out there getting kicked by J.J. Barrera, so there's a difference, man.
See what I'm talking about?
Hey, man.
You see what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Like Dirk wasn't on a heater. He was kicking Bosh ass. Like that was the problem. Like I was like, damn, Bosh, like do something.
For four
Oh my,
quarters.
him and Haslam. Oh my God, he was kicking their ass.
For 4 quarters, he kicked them niggas' ass. Yeah,
Oh man.
Dirk ain't wait for no comeback. He started from the jump.
Dirk was
But
on their ass.
it wasn't just them though. He beat everybody.
That was a hell of a run.
Yeah,
Swept the Lakers.
Brandon Roy got some of that.
This was the Lakers coming off of a chip.
Yeah.
Got rid of the OKC with Westbrook and Harden there. Beat he beat I think the Blazers. I think this was the Blazers with. I don't think this is with Dame Lillard. I think this might.
nah,
Was
this
Dame
was
Lillard?
Brandon Roy.
I think Brandon Roy and Aldridge was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
But hey, you know what I mean? We talked about Wemby.
You know what? That might be too long. Never mind.
What?
But yeah, go ahead.
We talked about Wemby. We talked about the greatest Nick. You know what I mean? We talked about the different parts of the game. So what's next for the Knicks? What's next? What do we see going further? Are they going to re-sign Mitch, or what? Or we're going to lose players? You know, what do you think we're going to do going further before we get out of here?
I think this changed the whole trajectory of what they wanted to do, winning the chip. So it makes things a lot harder because remember it was all this conversation around, Giannis going to the Knicks. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's going to be some package that was going to have Mikal and Cat and all these people in there, if that was going to happen. So now he just won a championship. How you just trade away? How do you do that? You know what I mean? I don't think you do that now. So now they have to kind of figure out what they're gonna do, and what I think will be best for them to do is find out how we're gonna maximize this formula that they did now, and only way they can maximize it, and let's say best case scenario. Bridges takes a friendly home discount, stays with the team. They figure out what they're gonna do with Mitch. I don't know that they can figure that part out, but only thing that they're gonna have to invest in the bench and see who's gonna be the players that is gonna play a good amount of minutes. That's not gonna have those guys on the floor, so they can be ready to go for the playoffs. That's going to be the formula. How do we get our bench players carrying us to the end of the season so they can be ready for the playoffs? Because that's what they did this year. After playing all those minutes under Thibodeau, they played a bunch of minutes under Thibodeau. This year, Mike Brown played everybody, and when they got to the playoffs, they had energy and they was able to run through everybody. So now, if you're able to kind of repeat that, how do you keep those bench players? How do you keep that depth on the team that you're able to do that next year? You know what I mean? Because they got to figure out what they're going to do with Deuce. They got to figure out what they're going to do with old boy with the braids. They got to figure out what they're going to do with a lot of players. And who they're going to pour into on the bench that's going to help carry shit. Sohan, all the people. What they going to do?
Hey, you two Knicks guys. They start other places start throwing you money, hiding with the Knicks go, and you got your chip already. Do you go?
I think at the end of the day, these players gonna go with the money, especially if you like a career journeyman bench guy. You got your chip already.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna go where the money at, and these other teams are
Someone,
gonna throw out this money on purpose too.
someone like
Like there's
Mitch.
somebody gonna offer Mitch a lot of money to get him
Yeah.
off New York.
Exactly. To do the same thing.
Yeah.
So Mitch is up for a contract. Actually, Cat will be eligible for an extension.
Because Mitch will be great with Joker.
Yeah. I think I think you gotta sign. I think you resign Cat.
Yeah, you have to. You have to, right?
You resign Cat, and we gotta find that that backup guy that's damn near comparable to Cat. You know that can
But
get.
OKC is not going to be able to keep Hartenstein.
He would be perfect to come back to the Knicks.
He would be.
He would be perfect. You know, especially if we don't keep Mitch. You know what I mean? He would be perfect. So somebody like that, Vukovic, you know what I mean? Something like that can kind of give solid 20 minutes because of some foul trouble or just not having him on the floor like that. You know, because he needs to be saved to the end because he'll waffle through the whole season and not look great because of just the way he is and he can get hurt and stuff like that. You know, it was amazing that he didn't get hurt this year because he always get hurt. Man, I was
Well, because
surprised that he was able.
The Knicks, babied him. You know what I mean? He didn't play every game.
That's what I'm saying.
He played like every other game.
And that was by design. That was by
Yeah,
design.
and it was like one stretch he missed like 5 games. They just,
that was by
on
design.
purpose.
That's why they was able to do in the playoffs what they was able to do. You know what I mean? And we need that person off the bench that can really come in and give that spell. I would love to get a guy that creates their own shit. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of those around, but that'd be great to get that somebody else that can create. But
Yeah, like that's why I like Hartenstein because he was able to do the floater. He was able to get a little shot
no,
going.
I'm talking about a guard.
Oh, guard. Yeah. Well, yeah, that would be nice. I don't like the offense when it comes down to playoff basketball where it exposes Bridges. Bridges can't really bring up the ball like that. Who else? Deuce had a little bit issue too at the same time.
Yeah. Deuce might be out of there.
Yeah, I think he might be too. And Clarkson's out of there too.
Yeah. So Clarkson's gonna get some money somewhere. At
Yeah,
this point, he's looking for the money
because he got a roll. He's just a bucket.
Yeah, I think Deuce out of there. I think so. It's going. So the Koliks, the Auroras, they're gonna have to step up. Sohan, or does he stay? You know, like I don't know. It's gonna be that part's gonna be interesting to see how they figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pay Cat. If Cat does get an extension, I think he might have to take a pay cut.
Let's see what he does. Shit, I'm pretty sure his wifey likes it over here.
Yeah. But yeah, he will have to give us a little discount because they gotta pay Brunson.
Oh yeah.
They gotta have to pay him. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's gonna give him another discount.
No,
like
price of break.
No, Brunson ain't doing that shit twice.
Yeah,
he like, hey, look now. I held my end of the bargain. Do we not got this shit?
Yeah, he's gonna be eligible for like $400 million.
They gotta give it to him.
They gotta give
crazy. They gotta give it to him.
So you know what I mean.
Josh Hart ain't going nowhere. Josh should play on
the
vet minimum. As long as he get to stay there, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he good.
Motherfucking Jalen Brunson gonna give him some money anyway.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He'll take a pay cut for Josh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To make sure Josh stays and he'll take care of his guys.
Josh should take a pay cut for him. He already took the pay cut.
Yeah.
He already did it. He's not gonna do that shit twice. if I'm Leon Rose, I'm not letting him do that shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, bro, we gotta pay you, bro. Like, I appreciate you. We gotta pay you, bro. Like
But
we
the
can't
thing,
do that shit twice.
see, the thing, I can see Brunson though. You know what I mean? He like, I'm getting through. I'm eligible for 4 something, but if I'm taking 350, you still getting that's still a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, I guess if that's gonna do anything, you know
You
what
know
I
what I mean?
mean.
That's
But
what I'm saying. That's still
but
a
they
lot of freaking money,
but
man.
he getting paid though. They
Yeah, he definitely getting paid. He
cannot
definitely.
expect that man to do that shit twice. He's still young. It ain't like LeBron, who's by the way asking for the max right now.
Yeah, I know that, and that's why we need to
That's
get rid of.
hilarious. It ain't
That,
like LeBron at 40 asking for the max, but like,
that's why we need to get rid of him.
you know what's hilarious about that? He's asking the Lakers for a max, but if he decides to still play again, which I think he is, wherever he go, he's not going to get the max. Nobody's going to get this man the max.
But we are.
Nobody's going to do that.
But we
So
are.
he's going to end up playing for somebody. Like y'all will be the only ones to do it. So he's going to end up playing for somebody for not the max when he was making the Lakers do that shit. Yeah, no, he not.
He'll get the max if you go to a bum team.
But why would you do that if you're a bum team?
If he only care about,
Why would he do that?
yeah, why? If he only care about the money.
Nah, he want to play on a contender too. He want his cake and eat it too.
Memphis would be like, hey, come take this max.
He'll never go to Memphis, especially all that shit he was talking. He'll never go to Memphis. Knicks
But
winning that chip really fucked some shit up.
Yeah.
Giannis thought he was going to New York probably.
Yes, he did.
That shit ain't happening no more.
Nah.
Don't think Giannis ain't giving up neither though.
That would be crazy if we still did that shit.
If you get Giannis, listen, I ain't a Knicks fan, but I know they winning the next year.
Because Giannis, I'm telling you now, Giannis
we gotta keep OG if we keep OG.
Giannis is not going back to Milwaukee. He is hell bent on going to New York.
Yeah, if you keep OG, and now that's gonna make Giannis.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. That definitely upped Cat's trade value.
Trade value.
That would be crazy though. We got rid of him after winning the shit. I don't feel bad, yo. I'm like, damn, nigga. But you want a chip though, so like, all right, you know.
Nah, you gotta
that'd be we'll be a different team because Cat spreaded the floor.
Yeah, you do.
We would have to find a stretch 5 somewhere. And those don't just grow on fucking trees.
Nah, they sure don't. They sure don't. Damn, ain't too many of those out there.
Nah.
Stretch 5s?
Yeah.
Nah. The only one I can think of is my man from Milwaukee he was on Indiana. Was it Miles Turner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he ain't. He can keep his ass in Milwaukee. But anyway, you know what I mean. let's
bring Porzingis back and he stay healthy.
Nah, he'll never.
He's over. He over there dying.
Porzingis to come back.
Yeah, I know, but he'll never stay healthy.
Oh yeah, that part. But he want to come back to New York, bad as hell.
Oh yeah. He'll come back in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
But he can never stay healthy.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense.
They would have to keep him on the shelf to the playoffs.
Yeah. So we're gonna be having the same issue like we did with Mitch.
Yeah.
And Mitch rebounds better than.
Yeah, he do.
So
better than most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Before we get out of here, man, to all the Knicks fans out there, please keep it safe out there, man. Stop burning down the city, man. Stop fighting with these Spurs fans, man. Please. We got our chip. Let's celebrate.
There's some hilarious videos out there, boy. Oh my God.
That dude in that Rodman jersey was putting in pain.
Oh my God.
Oh, that black, yeah. He came there on purpose to do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came there on purpose to do that shit.
He was looking at.
He ain't like what he was saying. I don't even think he's a Spurs fan. He did that shit on purpose. He's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get me a jersey real quick. He did that on purpose.
I'll beat his ass.
Yo, he
Yo,
was
but
looking like
nah,
chugging,
man.
running through people.
Oh yeah,
Man.
yeah. They was. He
Then,
definitely did put in some pain out there. They was getting some hits off though.
hey,
Hey
man,
man, I tell you what though.
go get your
Thursday,
Brunson egg and cheese, man. Go get your Brunson
the
egg and
Brunson
cheese.
egg and cheese hold the D&B, man. That is an incredible thing to ask for right there. Go right into Aki's store, man. Yeah, let me get a Brunson egg and cheese. Hold the D&B, man. Hold the D. Yo, these New York niggas is nuts, man.
In the deep.
Hold the dick and balls,
I was
yo.
about to
They
say,
are
is that what I
crazy.
think? Is that what I think it is?
That's yes.
Yeah.
Let me get a Brunson egg and cheese. Hold the D&B, man.
In New York niggas is wild.
Incredible,
Yo,
man.
did y'all see the side talk? The last one? They talking about what's it called? They talking about his Pride Month. Talking about
Yeah. They was wilding. They was wilding. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, they was wild. Yeah, they doing too much. But
yo,
with all that being said, I'm going to that parade, man. I'm going to that parade, man. Hey, Smooth, man. You gotta talk to the bosses, man. You
yeah,
gotta
I
tell
got
them, man. Like, look, man, something happening out here. I gotta go.
I'm going out there pickpocketing niggas, man.
Oh man.
Hey,
I wish
listen,
somebody
man.
would. I'll be like, I'm gonna turn to that nigga with the Rodman jersey, just hooking off.
That shit gonna be jam packed. I ain't going to that shit, man. That shit gonna be jam packed. It's gonna be nice though, man. It's gonna be a vibe. Gonna be a
yeah,
vibe.
but definitely make sure y'all please keep it safe out there. The parade's coming up on Thursday. Please keep it safe, man. We are proud of our team. You know, once again, congratulations to the Knicks. And we'll see you when we see you. Next time it is. This is Off the Parkway Podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you then.